Hey, what's going on everyone? Tryhard Casual here, and today we have another episode of Quick Konar Slayer, the video series where I very quickly go over any random Konar tasks that I might get. So basically we're going to be talking about gear, inventory, where the monster's located, pretty much anything you need to know about a specific Slayer task. You know, there's a million and one ways to do every Slayer task in the game. I'm just going to show you how I do it, and then maybe you can make some adjustments here and there for whenever you're on the task yourself. But without any further delay, let's just get into what type of gear we're going to be bringing on this. Okay, so for our task, we're actually killing Kalphites in the Kalphite Lair. I just feel like AFKing, relaxing a little bit, so we're going to be going for some of the weaker Kalphites down in the cave. So since we're camping prayer, we're going to be bringing our proselyte armor. If you don't have the proselyte gear, you can definitely bring some monk's robes instead. Those are like a decent alternative option. So I know Kalphites are weak to crush damage, and I've actually never used the cudgel before, so I just kind of want to bring it and test it out and see how it goes, even if we're just camping prayer. Obviously an abyssal bludgeon would be best in slot for killing Kalphites if we're doing melee. Really, besides the chest and leg piece, you just want to bring the gear that gives you the best melee strength bonus for all of your slots. I'm actually going to make a quick change here. I'm going to bring the Ring of Wealth just because I want to see how much the Kalphites drop in gold, and I don't feel like picking them all up individually. So we're going to be bringing the Ring of Wealth instead of the Berserker's Ring. Alrighty, moving right along to our inventory. We do have the Ceridome and Godsword as our spec weapon. You could definitely sub that out for something else. It's not necessary if you don't have one. We're going to have a lot of prayer potions because we're camping our prayer on this one. We have a stamina potion to help us get there. We do have an antidote plus because Kalphites can poison you even through prayer. On top of that, we have a super attack potion, super strength potion. You need a rope to get down into the Kalphite Lair, actually. And that rope is only going to be temporary. It's not going to stay down there unless you have the elite diaries done in the desert. We have our teleport there. We're going to be using the fairy ring, so we need a lunar staff or a Draymond staff. Kalphites are actually a great option to bring cannons on, and they can give some of the best XP in the game for Slayer, so I'm definitely bringing a cannon down there. On top of that, we're going to have some Alk runes in the rune pouch. Kalphites are on the gem drop table, so we have a gem bag, and they actually do drop some herbs, but there's not a very high chance of getting any of them, so I doubt we're going to need the herb sack, but we're just going to bring it for the hell of it. So thankfully getting to the Kalphite Lair isn't too bad. There's a fairy ring basically right outside the entrance. On top of that, you can just take a glory to Al-Kharid and run straight down. I mean, you could even take a Lumbridge teleport and just run down. It'll just take an extra minute or two. So after we actually enter the dungeon here, we're just going to be running down this little hallway into the room with the soldiers to cannon them. Okay, so I've made it down here into the dungeon with the Kalphite soldiers. There's actually a safe spot in this corner if you didn't feel like meleeing for some reason. They can bring some magic here, some range, and just go ham on them. Okay, that's basically it. I'm just going to throw the cannon up, and I'll see you in 146 more Kalphite kills. Okay, there's another Slayer task done. See how much money we made from those Kalphites. 30k. I wasn't expecting much. Kalphites are known more for experience rather than profit. That being said, if you ever have a Kalphite task and you have the option to choose between the Lair or the Kalphite Cave, I would definitely go for the Kalphite Cave just because there's more in the room, there's better XP rates, it just makes more sense over the Lair. I feel like the Lair is more for killing the Kalphite Queen or something if you just want to slay some bosses. Other than that, I was a little worried I wasn't going to be able to kill the Kalphites quick enough because, I'm using the cudgel instead of the bludgeon, and I have a Ring of Wealth, and I'm praying for melee, so, I don't have the best in slot gear for strength. But even with all of that, there were moments in the cave where I was able to clear all the Kalphite from the room and I was just sitting there doing nothing. So if there's anything to take away from that, it's that you don't always need the best gear. You don't need best in slot for everything because I was able to handle the task completely fine without any of it. That's all, just something to think about. But that is all for the video. Remember, feel free to ask questions if you have any about Slayer or RuneScape in general. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you in the next one.